Hello viewers, I am your immigration attorney Michael Fulwani, and once again we have with us attorney David Nachman, my partner, and a very important guest. Hold on a second, we'll introduce him to you. And we welcome you to our program on immigration and legal affairs. And as I said, a very, very important guest we have today is Mr. Craig Sanko, who is the Deputy Chief of the CBP office. 21 years he has been with the service, and he started with the former U.S. Customs in 1991. If you remember, once upon a time, there was only Immigration Service, and all these agencies, CBP, ICE, and other agency, Customs, or all, not Customs, the others were part of the, and in 1903 probably, I think they broke down to different agencies.
2003, correct.
2000, yeah. And then he moved 2003, yeah, and he moved to CBP. That's when CBP was actually formed. And he's a supervisor of the narcotics enforcement, the deputy chief of the outbound. Okay, and deputy chief of passenger analytical, which is the main thing that you do. Am I right?
That's correct. We electronically screen all passengers prior to their arrival here in the United States.
And I believe that most of the things you do or you are responsible for is electronically screen all the passengers who are traveling into JFK and also their arrival, not Newark.
No, just JFK.
JFK. Okay, now he was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our viewers in Charlotte are watching also. So you were there also for a period of about 3 years, from 98 to 2001. Correct. Welcome, very welcome, sir.
Well, thank you.
And we are really happy that you are here today. And all the viewers, listen to the program very carefully. You are going to get a lot of good information, specifically all of us here today trying to talk about the global entry program. And I don't want to spend all the time about explaining you, because that's why the deputy chief is here, and he's going to explain you all about how to enroll into the CB program and the complete process, the waiting times, the fees, the benefits. Why does a person who can enroll himself, the U.S. citizens, Greencard holders, and some others?
Well, Michael, before we turn it over to Officer Sanko, what I'd like to do is take an opportunity to thank Officer Sanko and his offices for taking the time and the effort to come and join us here, because we do know his time is extremely valuable, and we want to thank him for that. Also, I just want to say a quick word about the Global Entry Program, which is also referred to as the Trusted Traveler Program, which has been an initiative now for some time by Customs and Border Protection. And this comes it comes from on high in Washington, D.C., where this has been a very large initiative. And you've heard Michael and I talk about it within the context of the Obama administration being interested in moving people to the United States in a relatively fast manner, but at the same time being able to provide for our nation's security. So with that, we'll talk.
And when David said officers, let me mention this. We have additional CBP officials here. Later on in the program, they are going to give you an actual demonstration of how the enrollment is done. So don't go away, sit there, stay tuned, and we will talk more about this program. And with that, I request Officer Craig to please explain to our viewers, start with, why should a person who is a citizen or a green card enroll? What is the benefit?
Well, the benefits of the Trusted Traveler Program are that once a person applies and is enrolled in the program, you get an expedited processing. The usual processing time at an airport, depending on volume, can run anywhere from 30 minutes up until 120 minutes. Once enrolled in this program, the average processing time when a passenger uses one of our kiosks is about 4.5 minutes. So it's an expedited processing through 26 of
Let's go step by step. Of course, myself and David both are already enrolled in the program. And we'll talk to you about our experience, how good it is. And also in 7 minutes exactly, we were out. both immigration customs just by using our global entry program. But most people here, the viewers that are watching you, maybe 500,000 people all over the country, want to know step by step, how do they start? I mean, step 1, step 2, step 3, and at what point their passport is stamped and the card is issued.
Okay. Well, first let's discuss who's eligible for the program. Currently, global entry is open to all U.S. citizens, all lawful permanent residents, alien registration card holders, green card holders,
Correct.
Citizens of Mexico, citizens of Canada, if they enroll.
All the citizens of Mexico?
All citizens of Mexico.
That's good news. Wonderful.
All citizens of Canada, as long as they enroll on our Nexus program, they can get global entry benefits. Citizens of the Netherlands, if they enroll in the Netherlands Flux program. All citizens of Qatar. We're currently in a limited pilot program with the United Kingdom. Right now that's open to 1,000 UK citizens. We'll expand that program after the conclusion of the 2012 Olympics. We're also in a program with Germany. We're also under memorandums of understanding with Israel, Panama, Korea, and Japan. And sometime in the near future, probably within the next 12 months, you'll see us expand into those countries. And we're always looking to expand with other nations around the world.
So hopefully I'm saying, sometime in the future, it may happen that India can be, or some limited manner, and India could also be included.
We hope
Hopefully, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go further now. These are the people that are eligible for enrollment. Okay. So starting, how do they start? They have to go on a computer, they have to go on a line, they have to fill up some form, they have to pay some fees. How do we start?
Right, the initiation, the application, the initial process is to go online at our either the GOES website or the Global Entry website, and you fill out a questionnaire online. It usually takes about 45 minutes. We then conduct what we call a biographical background check on the applicant, at the end of which the applicant is given what we're called conditional approval, which means they're eligible to come into one of our 27 enrollment centers nationwide and go through the enrollment process, which we'll be demonstrating later. At the end of that application, the applicant must pay a $100 fee. Now that $100 fee is good for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, you'll be prompted to reapply, pay another $100, which breaks down to $20 a year, $1.55 a month, which is less than what most people pay for a cup of coffee in a day, to bypass a line which could be anywhere from, as I previously mentioned, half an hour to 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. So it's well worth it. Once you're prompted online that you've been conditionally approved, the applicant then goes online into and applies to be enrolled at one of our enrollment sites. Here in the metropolitan area, we offer enrollments at Newark International Airport, JFK International Airport, and something that is unique to CBP, New York has the only off-site enrollment center, which is the old Customs House in Lower Manhattan down in Bowling Green.
I'm glad you mentioned it, because I know, as you said, you are the only one that has a kind of mobile registration. And for the viewers, if we have a sufficient number of people who would enroll in the program, and after they get the approvals, we'll be more than happy to organize right here in TV Asia your enrollment. Our officials from the CBP will be happy to come here to do the enrollment.
That's correct. In addition to our static enrollment sites,
yeah,
we do offer a program for mobile enrollments, whereby a company or an entity, if they can get a minimum number of applicants enrolled in the program, we will come out and interview them on site. Therefore, and this was mostly beneficial to companies or organizations where they can get all their applicants into one place. We can come out and enroll as many as 120 to 200 in one day.
So I'm sure that this program is being watched by also some CEOs or some persons who belong to big companies. What you are saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that any good company that has several employees, 100, 200, 500, 1,000 employees, that want you to go to their company and do the registration, would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely. We conduct, out of JFK, we conduct mobile enrollments on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. We're out usually in Lower Manhattan conducting enrollments for travel agencies, law firms, financial institutions, banks. We also have done some local charity organizations. So if you can get us 24 applicants, we'll come out and enroll you
I'm going
no matter where you
to
are.
appeal to our viewers in our viewer groups. If you are in that situation, you have a company, you have a group of people, non-profit organizations, anybody that wants to get the help of CBP people coming to your place and enrolling the people there. Obviously, remember, before they can come and do that, your people must go online and apply, pay the fees, and get the approval. Only then the last part, that is the enrollment, registration, whatever you call it, will happen in the location where you want them to come.
That's
Am I right?
correct.
Correct.
So,
whichever, yeah.
so Michael, I just want to point out for our viewers that what they can do is they can take a look on the screen. Flashing right now is the website where they can go to obtain information about the global entry system.
And we're showing the website on the screen, and take a note of that. Well, with that, we're going to, today's program is very, very special. In today's program, we're going to have 2 additional CBP officials which are going to give you an actual demonstration of the last step, because people get confused. Not the enrollment, this is the initial going online and completing the application, paying the fees is something you have to do before this stage that you are watching today. Once you have done all that, in about 4, 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you'll get an approval notice. And once you get an approval notice, then you can go to any of the airports that Mr. Sanko will explain to you to do the enrollment. And with that, I'm requesting Officer Sanko to give you the actual demonstration of how the last step is completed. So watch us.
Thank you, Michael. And now we're going to conduct an actual enrollment. At this point in the process, the applicant has already finished and completed the online application. His biographical background has been completed and he's been given conditional approval. Now an applicant can either come into one of our enrollment sites, or we will come out and conduct a mobile enrollment, such as we're doing here at TV Asia. At this point, the officers conducting the enrollment will ask the applicant for his passport and driver's license.
Okay, Mr. Dadlani, I'll take your passport and driver's license. Thank you.
And will now verify all of the information that was submitted on the online application.
Can you verify your date of birth for me and full name?
June 12th, 1950, Lal, Dadlani.
Okay, and your current address?
11 Hyde Avenue, Iselin, New Jersey, 08817.
Okay, and your current employment?
I'm employed with as a consultant with TV Asia and with Video Sound.
Okay, and what do you do for them?
I'm a media consultant,
Okay. Your travel, is it for business or pleasure?
mostly for business.
Okay. Do you have any customs or immigration violations?
No,
In the U.S. or abroad?
no,
Okay. You ever been arrested or detained?
no.
Okay. Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to take your picture and your fingerprints.
Well, it's time for a short break, and right after the break, we'll continue our interview with Officer Sanko and further demonstration of how the actual enrollment is done of the last step of the process.
Now, at this point in the process, the officers will swipe the applicant's travel document, which will be either their passport or their alien registration card, commonly referred to as a green card. Those documents are the actual documents that a traveler will present at the kiosk when they travel through one of the international airports where global entry is available. The applicant will then be prompted to submit their fingerprints. Now, these fingerprints serve two purposes. First, we're going to conduct a criminal history check off of our criminal law enforcement databases. That check will be conducted within 15 to 20 seconds. We're also matching up those fingerprints to the travel document so that no one else can utilize that travel document at a kiosk.
Okay, we're going to take a photograph now.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
As you just saw, the officers captured a photograph of the subject. Each time the applicant utilizes the kiosk at one of the airports, they will be prompted to take another photograph. That photograph is matched up with the one that we're taking today. In the future, that photograph will print out on the global entry receipt that the applicant will receive once they successfully utilize the kiosk.
Okay, so now we're going to do your fingerprints. We're going to start with your right hand. Do your right hand 4 fingers. You're going to place them flat down, close together, right under the lights here. Press down firmly.
Okay, good. The left
Okay.
hand 4.
Left hand 4. Press.
Good.
And both of your thumbs. Thumbs up position right at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead, press down.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to attach a CBP sticker to your passport. This sticker is simply going to state that you've been interviewed and you're eligible to use the kiosks, okay? Some airports ask to see this sticker so no one's back there. Now we're going to just give you a quick overview on how to use the system. We're going to give you a couple of pieces of information to take with you. Basically, this is just a quick reference guide that's going to go over the process. You're going to use your passport and the kiosk face up in the document reader. It's on the left side there. After the machine reads your passport, your information is going to come up on the screen. After information comes up on the screen, you can take your passport out. It doesn't have to stay in there, okay? After that, you're going to see a live image of yourself come up on the screen. There's a camera at the top of the kiosk. Okay, just look up at the